$250 billion. That's the valuation of the company Elon Musk just merged with SpaceX in the largest private merger in history. And the name of his flagship project tells you exactly who he's coming for. It's called Macrohard. And yes, that's a direct shot at Microsoft. This isn't a joke. This isn't Elon being Elon on Twitter. On March 11, 2026, Musk unveiled a system that he claims can emulate, his word, emulate the function of entire software companies, including Microsoft. Microsoft's stock dropped 24% after the announcement. And if you're a Windows user, what comes next affects you directly. Let me walk you through exactly what happened, because the scale of this is hard to comprehend. On February 2, 2026, SpaceX officially acquired Elon Musk's artificial intelligence company, xAI. The combined valuation was $1.25 trillion. That's trillion with a T. SpaceX was valued at $1 trillion, xAI at $250 billion. According to CNBC, this is the largest private company merger ever completed. Not in tech, not in aerospace, in history. But the merger itself wasn't the story. The story was what Musk announced he was building with it. On March 11, 2026, Musk posted on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, which xAI also owns now, that he was launching a joint Tesla xAI project. He called it Macrohard, or as he sometimes refers to it, Digital Optimus. Here's his exact quote. "In principle, it is capable of emulating the function of entire companies. That is why the program is called Macrohard," a funny reference to Microsoft. Now, you might think this is just another Musk joke, another late-night tweet designed to make headlines. But here's what most reports missed. xAI filed a trademark application for Macrohard in August 2025, 7 months before the public announcement. This project has been in development for nearly a year, and the technology behind it is real. Macrohard combines two AI systems. The first is Grok, xAI's large language model, their answer to ChatGPT. Grok acts as what Musk calls the master conductor. It understands your intent. It knows what you're trying to accomplish. The second system is something Tesla developed. Musk calls it Digital Optimus. This is an AI agent that watches your computer screen in real time, processing the last 5 seconds of video, and controls your keyboard and mouse to execute tasks. To put that in simpler terms, you tell Grok what you want to do. Digital Optimus does it for you on your Windows PC, without you touching anything. Musk compared the architecture to human cognition. Digital Optimus is System 1, the instinctive, automatic part of the brain. Grok is System 2, the thinking, reasoning part. Together, they form what Musk believes is a complete replacement for traditional software. And that's the key word, replacement. Because Musk isn't trying to build a better Microsoft Office. He's trying to make Microsoft Office irrelevant. Here's where this gets serious for Microsoft. When Musk announced the SpaceX 4%, that's not a typo, 24%, for one of the most valuable companies on Earth. In response to a blog post, why? Because investors understood something that most of the tech press missed. Microsoft's entire business model depends on one thing, complexity. Microsoft makes money because software is complicated, because you need Word to write documents, because you need Excel to manage data, because you need Windows to run Word and Excel, because you need Azure to host your company's infrastructure, because you need Copilot to help you use all of it. Every layer of complexity is another product Microsoft can sell you. Musk is proposing something different. What if you didn't need any of those products? What if you just told an AI what you wanted, and it figured out how to do it using whatever tools were available? What if the software became invisible? That's the Macrohard vision. And it's not as far away as you might think. Musk claims the system will run on Tesla's AI-4 chip, a piece of hardware that costs about $650. That's not a server rack. That's not a data center. That's a chip you could put in a desktop computer. Compare that to what Microsoft charges. A Microsoft 365 Business Premium subscription costs $22 per user per month. For a company with 1,000 employees, that's over $250,000 per year, every year. forever. Musk is betting that within a few years, companies will be able to buy a piece of hardware for $650 that does everything Microsoft 365 does, and then some. But it gets worse for Microsoft. Remember the original pitch for Macrohard? Musk posted it on X back in August 2025. Here's what he wrote. Join xAI and help build a purely AI software company called Macrohard. Given that software companies like Microsoft do not themselves manufacture any physical hardware, it should be possible to simulate them entirely with AI. Read that again. Simulate them entirely with AI. Musk isn't just building a competitor to Microsoft products. He's building a system that can theoretically replicate Microsoft itself. The company, the workflows, the decision-making. Everything that makes Microsoft Microsoft, automated by artificial intelligence. And here's the part that should concern every Windows user. Grok Computer, the consumer version of this technology, is launching soon. xAI has already added a feature toggle called enable_Grok_computer to their web interface. It's in the production code right now. This isn't a prototype. This is late-stage development. When it launches, Grok Computer will be able to take control of your Windows desktop. It will watch what's on your screen. It will move your mouse. It will type on your keyboard. It will execute multi-step tasks while you watch. Some people will call this revolutionary. Others will call it terrifying. But either way, it's coming. And Microsoft? They're about to have competition from a company valued at $1 trillion, run by the richest person in the world, with hardware capabilities from Tesla, rocket technology from SpaceX, and a social media platform with hundreds of millions of users. For the first time in decades, Microsoft is facing an existential threat, not from Google, not from Apple, from Elon Musk. What makes this so dangerous for Microsoft is the timing. Because Microsoft isn't entering this fight from a position of strength. They're entering it weakened, distracted, and increasingly disconnected from the users who made them what they are. Let me give you the context. Windows 10 support ended in October 2025. Microsoft gave users a choice: upgrade to Windows 11, buy extended security updates, or get left behind. Hundreds of millions of PCs couldn't upgrade because they didn't meet Windows 11's hardware requirements. Users were furious. Then came the forced Microsoft account requirement. You can no longer set up a new Windows 11 PC with a local account. You need to connect to the internet. You need to create a Microsoft account. You need to agree to their terms. Users were even more furious. Then came Copilot. Microsoft's AI assistant appeared on the taskbar without warning, in the Start menu, in File Explorer, in Edge, in every corner of the operating system. Users didn't ask for it. Microsoft added it anyway. And now this. Satya Nadella, Microsoft's CEO, made a very strange comment back in January 2026. He asked people to stop using the word slop to describe AI-generated content. The internet responded the way the internet always responds, by making micro-slop trend worldwide. It was a small moment, but it revealed something important about Microsoft's current mindset. They're defensive. They're reactive. They're fighting battles on Twitter instead of winning customers in the marketplace. Meanwhile, Elon Musk is building the largest private company in history. He's merging AI, rockets, satellites, electric vehicles, and social media into one vertically integrated empire. And he's doing it with a clear target in his sights. Here's a fact that should terrify Microsoft's board of directors. xAI burned $9.5 billion in the first 9 months of 2025. That's how much Musk was willing to spend to build this technology. $9.5 billion. In 9 months. Microsoft can't outspend that. More importantly, Microsoft can't out-innovate that. Because Microsoft is a bureaucracy. Musk's companies are not. When Microsoft sees a problem, they form a committee. When Musk sees a problem, he tweets about it at 2 a.m. and has engineers working on a fix by morning. That speed matters. It matters enormously. Consider Windows recall, Microsoft's attempt to build AI into the operating system. It was supposed to be revolutionary. An AI that remembers everything you do on your computer. Screenshots every few seconds. Searchable history of your entire digital life. The backlash was immediate and devastating. Privacy advocates called it surveillance. Security researchers found the data wasn't properly encrypted. Microsoft delayed the feature, then delayed it again, then quietly scaled it back to almost nothing. That's Microsoft's approach to AI. Announce something ambitious. Get criticized. Retreat. Delay. Compromise. Musk's approach is different. He announced Grok. People criticized it. He made it more powerful. People criticized it more. He made it even more powerful. His xAI team shipped Grok 3 with 10 times more computing power than Grok 2, then Grok 4, then Grok 4 heavy with multi-agent capabilities that outperformed every competitor on benchmarks. Microsoft announced Copilot. Musk announced Macrohard. Microsoft is iterating. Musk is disrupting. And the market knows it. That 24% stock drop wasn't panic, it was repricing. Investors looked at Microsoft's future with Macrohard in the picture and decided the company was worth significantly less. Here's another pattern most people haven't noticed. The tech giants that seemed invincible 10 years ago are all struggling. IBM became irrelevant. Intel lost its manufacturing lead. Oracle became a punchline. HP split into two companies, and both are fading. Microsoft has been the exception. They survived the mobile revolution. They survived the cloud transition. They survived every disruption that killed their peers. But they might not survive this one, because Musk isn't just attacking Microsoft's products. He's attacking Microsoft's reason for existence. The assumption that you need specialized software to accomplish tasks. The assumption that software companies create value by writing code. What if software becomes free? What if AI can write any program you need on demand for the cost of running a $650 chip? That's the future Musk is building. And Microsoft has no answer for it. Let's bring this back to the Windows user. Because everything I've described affects you directly. If you're running Windows right now, you're using Microsoft's platform. You're part of their ecosystem. Your data flows through their services. Your productivity depends on their software. And your future is tied to their decisions. That was fine when Microsoft was the only game in town. But the landscape is shifting. Here's what's happening right now. First, the SpaceX IPO. Musk is taking the combined SpaceX-xAI company public in June 2026. The target valuation is $1.75 trillion. If that happens, it will be the largest IPO in history. Larger than Saudi Aramco. Larger than anything that's ever gone public. That money will fund Macrohard. It will fund Grok Computer. It will fund orbital data centers in space. Yes, Musk filed an application with the FCC to launch up to 1 million satellites for AI computing. The scale of investment will be unprecedented. Second, the hardware play. Tesla isn't just a car company anymore. They're building humanoid robots. They're building AI chips. They're building the infrastructure for a post-software world. Every Tesla vehicle sold generates data that trains xAI's models. Every robot deployed learns skills that improve the entire system. Microsoft doesn't have this. Microsoft makes software. That's it. They don't manufacture hardware at scale. They don't have factories. They don't have robots. They're vulnerable in ways they've never been before. Third, the platform shift. Right now, Grok is available on X. When Grok Computer launches, it will be available everywhere. On your Windows PC, on your Mac, in your browser. Taking control of whatever device you're using to accomplish whatever task you specify. What does that mean for Microsoft? It means Windows becomes irrelevant. Not immediately, not overnight, but gradually. Because if Grok can do everything you need, why does it matter what operating system you're running underneath? Linux users have been saying this for years. The operating system should be invisible. The user experience is what matters. Microsoft has been fighting that idea for decades, because the operating system is how they lock you in. Musk just gave every Windows user a potential way out. Now, I want to be clear about something. I'm not saying Macrohard will definitely work. I'm not saying Musk will definitely succeed. The man makes big promises, some he delivers on, some he doesn't. Tesla's full self-driving has been coming next year for about 8 years now. But here's what's different this time. The technology exists. Large language models can reason. AI agents can control computers. The theoretical foundation is proven. What Musk is building is an engineering challenge, not a scientific one. And Musk has a track record with engineering challenges. SpaceX landed rockets when everyone said it was impossible. Tesla made electric vehicles mainstream when everyone said the market didn't exist. xAI built Grok from scratch in 18 months when everyone said it would take years. I wouldn't bet against him. What I would do, if I were a Windows user thinking about the next 5 years, is pay attention. Because the world is about to change. And the companies you depend on today might not be the companies you depend on tomorrow. There's a philosophical point here that goes beyond Microsoft versus Musk. For 40 years, the tech industry has operated on a simple premise. Software is valuable. Companies that write code create something worth paying for. Users buy licenses. Businesses pay subscriptions. Value flows from software makers to software users. Musk is challenging that premise. What if software isn't valuable? What if the only thing that matters is understanding what the user wants and making it happen? What if code is just an implementation detail that AI can generate on demand? In that world, Microsoft's catalog of products becomes worthless. Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, all of it, commoditized overnight because Grok can create any document, any spreadsheet, any presentation you need without a subscription, without a license, without Microsoft. This is why the stock dropped 24%. Not because investors are scared of competition, because they're scared that the entire category Microsoft dominates is about to disappear. It's happened before. Kodak dominated photography. Then cameras became free features in phones. Encyclopedias dominated reference. Then Wikipedia made them obsolete. Newspapers dominated news. Then the internet gave everyone a printing press. Software might be next. And Microsoft knows it. That's why they're pushing Copilot so aggressively. That's why they're integrating AI into everything. They're trying to stay ahead of the curve, trying to make their products indispensable in the AI age. But there's a problem with their approach. Microsoft's AI requires Microsoft products. Copilot helps you use Word better. It helps you use Excel better. It helps you use Windows better. Musk's AI doesn't require anything. It works with whatever you have, whatever you're doing, whatever you need. The AI is the product. Everything else is optional. That's a fundamentally different vision. And it might be a fundamentally better one. So where does this leave us? Elon Musk has built a $250 billion company specifically to challenge Microsoft. He's merged it with SpaceX to create a $1.25 trillion empire. He's named his flagship product Macrohard, an open declaration of war. Microsoft's stock crashed 24%. Their AI strategy is reactive and defensive. Their core products face obsolescence if Musk's vision succeeds. And you, the Windows user, the person watching this video, are caught in the middle. My advice? Don't panic. Microsoft isn't going anywhere tomorrow. Windows will still work next week. Your software will still run next month. But start paying attention. Start thinking about what happens when AI can do everything software does today. Start considering what your digital life looks like in a world where Microsoft doesn't control the platform. Because that world is coming. Maybe in 5 years, maybe in 10. But it's coming. Elon Musk is betting $250 billion on it. If you want to stay informed about what happens next, about Microsoft's response, about Musk's moves, about the battle for the future of computing, subscribe to this channel. We cover this every week. Drop a comment below. Do you think Macrohard will actually work? Or is this another Musk promise that never ships? I read every comment. I'll see you in the next one.